Terry Brown, known on the street as Old Head, was shot over 30 times and killed in a triple homicide. ABC 7 News will report that 3 men were found dead at a home in the 6300 block of South Evans.
No, that's actually insane. They walked in, they broke in their Opps crib and shot the 30 times? And smoked everybody else that was there?
Head was found in the hallway of the property, while another 29-year-old man was found in the kitchen, and another
they found
man
that in the hallway, one in the kitchen and the other one on the back porch. They like Splinter Cell on a grave.
4 men from 2 different Chicago gangs teamed up to pull off an armed robbery on an armored truck, leaving a Bank of America with over $100,000 in. This was a heist straight out of GTA 5, but things would turn deadly very quickly.
What up, Mula? Gangsta boy, Mac Mula, aka Mr. Mula, Mac. I'm back with another video. Y'all know how we rockin', man. Clock socket, man. Keep the cushion in my pocket, man. Listen, check it out. We got Chicago's most hated gang. Now I'm talking about this gang. Look, they done killed 2 ladies while they was robbing a Brinks truck. They done caught bodies and took pictures with the guns they caught the bodies with. They done unalived they ops and snitched on themselves on the internet. We finna see everything that happened on the grade. Let's see what's going on, man. This sounds crazy. Another group of crash outs.
15th, 2021, 4 men from 2 different Chicago gangs teamed up to pull off an armed robbery on an armored truck, leaving a Bank of America with over $100,000 in. This was a heist straight out of GTA 5, but things would turn deadly very quickly. In the process of robbing the truck, they would kill the driver and wound another person guarding the money.
Yeah,
what would follow would be an unfiltered crime spree, ultimately ending in these 2 gangs double-crossing each other and one side being killed.
And I'm not gonna lie, this is the definition of crashing out. Cause what the fuck are you doing? See, y'all niggas be slow in real life, gang. That's one thing I'm noticing about the whole thing. People be slow. It don't be about nothing else, gang. They just be slow, shorty. Because you know how slow you gotta be to try to rob a Brinks truck with $100,000 in it outside of Bank of America, gang. What you think you finna do with the money once you get it? Then you so slow. It ain't like y'all playing and shit like Michael Lester and them. No, y'all ain't do the y'all ain't really go the GTA way. No. Y'all just woke up like, hey, we finna rob this truck. Hey, she don't get the money up, kill her. Bow. Like, hey, come on, bro. Hold on, y'all, because y'all know I love putting y'all on to that easy money. CashKick.com is a free to use cash rewards marketplace that helps you save and grow your money. This is some of the simplest and easiest ways to make money right now. All you have to do is play mobile games on your phone and you can earn up to $500 per deal. Now remember, I said CashKick.com is free to use, so they will never ever ask you to send them any type of money. Signing up is super easy. All you need is an email and a password. Once you sign up, all you have to do is download your first offer and start making money. Now your offers and reward amounts can change at any time. So that means you can download a game on your phone, play it for long enough, make $500 on one day, and the next day you can download a whole nother game, play it for long enough, make $300. Next day, same thing. This is some of the easiest money I can tell you about right now. And again, you can earn up to $500 per deal. So this is what I need you to do. Go to CashKick.com, make you an account, activate your account. Make sure you turn on allow tracking on your phone so that the app can actually track how much you're playing the game and earn you some of the easiest money you can make. Y'all can't say I ain't never did nothing for you. Skate. Like, boy.
But as Chicago woke up to the news of this brazen robbery that left 3 people dead, many on internet forums like Reddit, familiar with the Chicago gangs that pulled off this hit, knew exactly who was responsible and were not surprised.
Wild place,
because this was just the latest in a years-long string of incidents associated with a gang called 800, with its prominent members being notorious for robberies, murders, and even alleged shootouts with Reddit users themselves. Today, we're going to be taking a closer look at the slimiest, snakiest, most treacherous gang in all of Chicago.
Ain't this 800?
800.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, they took the cake on Bro Grade. See, I'm gonna tell you some gangs that a lot of niggas didn't like. It was 800. A lot of niggas didn't like Young Money, and a lot of niggas always was into it with 4-6. Like 4-6 was always into it with the whole damn Chicago. Then they get back cool. Then they be, you know. But 800 and Young Money, boy, and I'm going to tell you why. Because them nigga you go catch. Let one of Young Money Opps come through there and catch one of they homies, boy. They ass sliding the same night, boy. You better go in the house. You hear me? Like, on God, 800, same shit, folks. It's a lot of gangs. It's a few gangs, not a lot. It's a few gangs in Chicago where, like, they into it with everybody. They ain't really clicked up with nobody. They'll snake you out, steal they homie guns,
800
all that.
is a gang set made up of maniac Mickey Cobras from around 61st and Cottage Grove in Woodlawn. Lil Fatz, a prominent member of 800, would later explain
and 800 probably like 10, 15 minutes away from my crib. Not even really. Probably like maybe 5, 10 minutes away for real.
The gang in an interview with Truth Teller TV.
Okay, now you just said something I want to pinpoint. You said 800, okay? Exactly where is that at?
61st and Cottage Grove, we MCs.
800 has a long history in Chicago and has previously also gone by several other names like 800YM, 800DMG, Frank Block, and Diddy Grove. This gang is often referred to as the most hated as they allegedly have beef with around 20 different other gang sets. And members of 800 often consider themselves to be EBK, or Everybody Killer, meaning that they beef with more or less any gang that isn't their own, including Gangster Disciples, Black Disciples, Vice Lords, Black Peace Stones, and even other Mickey Cobras. However, despite being EBK, 800 has historically had limited alliances with some other gangs. The set had previously linked up with 051 Young Money, hence the nickname 800YM. However, this would all change when 051 Young Money clicked up with TYMB, a sworn enemy of 800. Hence the gang now hating Young Money too and claiming to be Die Y, as was seen prominently in 800 affiliate Boss Smooth's track 61 Dead Opps. As a result of their hatred towards members from Young Money, 800 members are often seen dropping the Y gang sign upside down as a sign of disrespect to Young Money. Now, 800 carry a savage reputation, even by Southside Chicago standards, with many curious Redditors questioning just how many bodies this gang might be responsible for, with the gang themselves often being referred to by the Reddit community as crash dummies for their wild and dangerous antics, even beating the infamous O-Block, 051, 600, and No Limit in a poll by users on the biggest crash outs coming out of the city. 800 literally have beef with gangs that are surrounding their territory from every angle, being only blocks away from 63rd, TYMB, and Mac Creek. 800 has been around for a long time and originally came from the project buildings on Cottage Grove, but their current territory ranges from around 61st to 63rd, from Cottage Grove to Drexel. However, over the years, gentrification has been prominent in this area, pushing the gang away from their original block. One example,
like that. Bro, I was just finna say that, Jules. I ain't gonna lie, this nigga, it's kind of scary because he ain't never been in Chicago. He from London, gang. How is you getting all this information, gang? I was just finna say they put that nice ass jewel on Cottage right there by the hospital. They got the university right there. They trying to clean all that up for the college kids on from the grade. They gonna make the whole south side over there. They gonna make that shit raw. It's gonna be nice, but ain't gonna be no more niggas for.
Dual Osco building that was constructed on 61st and Cottage. This development has actually taken the place of the original project building Ditty Grove that 800 the gang originated from. Therefore nowadays 800 members are regularly seen around the 61st and Cottage Grove areas, but they do still frequent their old turf in Drexel and the alleys of the Cottage area. Now, Chicago would become familiar with the crew of 800 in the late 2000s when they would go to war with another local gang set called Dro City. Over the course of this gang war, 800 would take several massive losses in the streets within a short 4-year span, a devastating run that would ultimately inspire the gang to go on an extreme spree of violence of their own, with these violent back and forths gaining 800 a terrifying reputation all over Chicago. 800 took their first notable loss in the streets in 2009 when one of their members by the name of Tommy Williams was killed by a man called Kevo from a rival gang set called Mac Creek. Mac Creek is a Gangster Disciple set hailing from 62nd and Greenwood University. Now, on April 2nd, 2009, a young 800 affiliate by the name of Tommy would allegedly be standing in a group of around 7 or 8 people when an argument broke out and somebody started shooting. The Chicago Tribune would report a tragic scene as Tommy's grandmother would rush to the scene of the murder, finding the 18-year-old shot at 5 p.m. near East 61st and South Cottage Grove. The police would later reveal that Tommy was indeed a member of the wider Black Peace Stones gang, with 800 the set that we know in the modern day not yet being well established among the authorities at this point in time. Kevo, real name Kevin Watson, was identified as the shooter and later taken to trial and is now serving a whopping 60 years for the murder, with the court even being told how Kevo was a gangster disciple and had apparently killed Tommy for his affiliations to the Peace Stones as part of an ongoing beef in the streets. Unfortunately, these gang wars were deeply entrenched in the local neighborhoods and local schools, and in the years that followed, even more violence would play out, affecting members from 800. 2 years later,
Death of
800 would
Diddy.
lose a second member named Diddy, who was shot and killed on February the 21st, 2011. Real name Roselle Phillips, Diddy would be shot while sitting in the driver's seat of a parked car in the 6100 block of South Cottage Grove Avenue, close to where Tommy had lost his life too. After Diddy's death, 800 was given several nicknames to honor their friend, including Diddy Grove, Diddy Maniac Gang or DMG, Diddy City, and the Diddy Grove Boys, DGB. He was clearly beloved by the gang and a notable member of the crew. Diddy has even been referenced in lyrics from rappers that hail from this gang, like the track Pyro Style Part 2, where Boss Smooth raps, "You disrespect Diddy and you'll catch 50. Allegedly, Diddy was so beloved by his gang that his death is actually what started 800 as we know it, with the group previously being referred to as Holly Grove or Mickey City. But unfortunately for 800, having lost Tommy and Diddy just 1 year later, another 800 member would be killed in a horrific home invasion.
Damn, in a home invasion? God damn.
On March the 28th, 2012, Terry Brown, known on the street as Old Head, was shot over 30 times and killed in a triple homicide. ABC 7 News would report that 3 men were found dead at a home in the 6300 block of South Evans.
No, that's actually insane. They walked in, they broke in their Opps crib and shot the nigga 30 times? And smoked everybody else that was there? Boy, y'all...
Head was found in the hallway of the property, while another 29-year-old man was found in the kitchen, and another
They found
man...
that nigga in the hallway, one nigga in the kitchen, and the other one on the back porch. They came in that bitch like Splinter Cell from the grave.
Listen, I have a mentorship called the Mula membership where I'm going to teach you how to get rich with business, YouTube, crypto, stocks, financial literacy, credit, every single way. Now, I became a millionaire by the time I was 23 years old. I'm going to teach you step by step for only $50. Click the first link in the description right now and get added to my group chat where I'm going to give you one-on-one help to make sure you get rich in 2024. Click it right now. Stop tweaking because we got very, very, very limited spots and I don't want you to miss this bag.
They came in that bitch like a Call of Duty mission. Yeah, 2 outside, 1 inside, 2, 1, 3, 5, 5, 9, 2, 9, enter. Breach! They came in that bitch like SWAT. Laid 3 down. You had enough time and patience and goddamn it, bullets to shoot a nigga 30 times?
30s found on the back porch. This was a brutal murder scene, made even more shocking by the fact that apparently this incident had allegedly all stemmed from a disagreement over a FUBU jacket. Shockingly, the shooter was apparently Old Head's own friend, Curtis Davis.
Not
A Huffington
over
Post article from
FUBU
2012
jacket.
would break down how this gruesome triple
Not
homicide
over
had played
no
out, all
FUBU
stemming from this FUBU
jacket.
jacket. And according to
No,
a Sun Times
niggas is not shoot niggas 30 times over a FUBU jacket, gang. No. And it's an old nigga. It ain't even a young nigga. It's an old nigga.
article, Davis had swapped the FUBU
Hey,
jacket
out
for
here.
some shirts and pants
Tweaking
with
it.
Old Head, later changing his mind and demanding the jacket back. This led to Davis turning up to Old Head's apartment and shooting everybody there after one of the occupants tried to shoot back. Davis had previously served 18 years of a 40-year sentence for another murder in 1989. In the end,
What
Curtis
the fuck?
Davis
So
would
he was
indeed be found-
crazy. He just did how long? What? 18 out of 40 years? Why the hell he do 18? What the fuck? He killed somebody in the 18 years? He was released in 2008. Then he ended up killing more people.
Years of a 40-year
Boy,
sentence for another
y'all
murder in
is tripping.
1989. In the end, Curtis Davis would indeed be found guilty of all three of these
So he
murders
damn
and
sure
sentenced
did
to
the
life
first
in
one.
2014. But despite justice playing out in the courtroom, 800 members would be devastated by the loss of one of their close affiliates.
Right.
Boss Smooth from 800 would also tribute Old Head in his song Pyro Style Part 2, where he says, "You disrespect Old Head, you get a swole head, bitch."
You disrespect old head, you get a swole head.
Following this slew of tragedies, 800 begun getting more and more active in the streets, with stories circulating about the crew having infamous shootouts with people who would go on to become legends in Chicago drill music. In 2013, a beef would break out between members of 800 and a group of gangster disciples from 63rd and St. Lawrence, and Big Mike from 800 would seemingly shoot up one of the most famous members' homes, FBG Duck, with Big Mike taunting Duck on Twitter, claiming that he had done nothing to retaliate after this shooting.
Send shot
800
through
Boss
your
Smooth
crib
would
and you ain't
also
do
join in,
nothing.
taunting FBG Duck and saying that they made him move after shooting up his house. However, these brazen acts would not go unpunished in the streets, and it's alleged that members from St. Lawrence quickly retaliated by shooting Big Mike in his legs, resulting in him being paralyzed
That's how he
and
got
having to use a
paralyzed.
wheelchair to this day. And
Damn.
FBG Duck would even himself reply to Boss Smooth, implying that it was the GDs from St. Lawrence and 63rd that were directly behind paralyzing Big Mike. However, Boss Smooth would merch it on Diddy that it was a different set that shot Mike, And one popular rumor is that the shooting was actually carried out by another set called TYMB, who may well have actually been responsible for the paralyzing of Big Mike. Regardless, the exact cause of this injury would indeed remain a mystery, and despite having feuds with numerous dangerous street gangs in their area, 800 would continue to dish out violence themselves. 2013 was the year that 800 began their spree of violence, leading to a savage reputation, with everything kicking off after a brutal altercation with a member of Mac Creek, the same gang who had killed Tommy in 2009. On September the 9th, 2013, a man named Alan Ross, known in the streets as Fish from Mac Creek, was found laying in a grass patch in Washington Park at 6 a.m. Initially, it was thought he died from a gunshot wound to the back of his head. However, the medical examiner would later determine that he had actually been beaten to death.
God damn! Y'all beating Opps to death? I would have stopped them in the middle of it. I'm sorry. Like, I was trying not to say it. In the middle of the beat, I'm like, can y'all just pop me, please? I don't want to get beat to death. Please don't do that.
Alan Ross, aka Fish,
I don't
actually
want
suffered
it.
mental disabilities, making this case even more heartbreaking and senseless. Users of the Chicago drill community Chiracology would actually cite this murder as 800's first revenge killing against Mac Creek. One popular rumor is that Fish was actually murdered over a mere $5 debt by an 800 member called Pyro, along with 3 other men. 800 members seemed pretty proud of killing Fish, despite him seemingly not being much of a threat in the streets. Boss Smooth would later rap on his scathing diss track,
Most these
61
niggas be goofies. They just want to catch a body. They don't really care who it is. Oh, I seen you in a picture with them Opps, boy. I'm finna come kill you, boy. And then what? What's that gonna do? Like, they be slow. They just be thirsty to catch something. They just be thirsty to catch a body. They just be thirsty to say they pop somebody.
Dead Ops.
That's all.
We don't do no fighting. End up like Fish. However, the 800 member rumored to be responsible, Pyro, just 3 years later, in late May 2016, would suffer a brutal ending in scarily similar circumstances to what happened to Fish. Pyro, real name Kevin Larry, was in Washington Park, the very same park where Fish was killed, apparently playing dice with members from another gang called MOB when a dispute over a bet heated up. An MOB member by the name of Domo would reportedly shoot Pyro several times, leaving him dead. Now, before this murder, 800 and MOB were apparently on good terms, and Pyro himself had even been pictured with some of their members. No suspects were charged in the following 2 weeks after Pyro's death. However, in a shocking turn of events, MOB Domo would be arrested immediately after holding a press conference, due to the fact that he was seeking $15 million in compensation from the Chicago police after being shot in the back by an officer while running away. A crazy incident which was even caught on camera.
So you was blinking at them, and then you tried to sue the police for $15 million after getting hit by one of their bullets? You crazy as hell, boy.
And the news would actually report that while Domo was literally waiting for an Uber after his press conference, the police would pull up and arrest him for the murder of Pyro.
Wait,
Really
no,
shouldn't have
Uber.
messed
They
with
don't
the
even got
Chicago
no...
police.
Right.
Domo was later sentenced to 50 years to life in prison for the murder of Pyro.
Come
Now,
on, gang. You know you just caught the body and you gonna sue these niggas? How slow you gotta be, shorty? That just got you 50 years. You crazy
later
as
appealed
hell.
part of his charges with an updated projected parole date of 2066. Prominent member 800 Lil Fatz would express his sadness after
That's definitely, that's a lot better. You'll get out in 2066, nigga. It's 2024. Can you do math? That's 44. I think. Yeah, that's 44. Nigga, that's 44, nigga. I'll be goddamn 50, 60, 60 some years old, shorty. 70, man, shit.
of 2066.
He might as well
Prominent
stay
member
in there.
800 Lil Fatz would express his sadness after Domo received his monster sentence.
Talking
As
about
800
free
members
Domo,
likely
no.
planned on killing him in retaliation, something which
He's
would
slow.
be made much harder by him doing life in jail. Pyro's murder would cause a major split between the gangs MOB and 800, sparking a war that would later see a notable MOB member's funeral being shot up. But this was far from the only time that 800 had severed their ties with massive gangs
Looking
in
up
their area.
funerals.
On September the 6th, 2015, 800 members would be involved in an infamous shooting at a block party. Another gang called Jaro City was said to be having a party with another gang called Twan World in 800's territory. So, at around 1 a.m., 800 members
I ain't
approached
gonna
them.
lie to you, gang. The niggas really do this, gang. Like, I know a couple of niggas that done blicked up parties just because they was like, it'll be a party on they block. Like, you know, this block, this they block. Like, you know, it's a party out here. They pull up to the party. They either don't let them in or like they tweaking with them or something. They like, oh, what? I bet. Say less. Hey, y'all better get up out of here. And I know, bro, these niggas, I don't know why niggas do that. I don't know
begun
why
arguing
they do it.
before a fight broke out, ultimately ending in a shootout. During the crossfire, a 20-year-old woman with ties to Joro City by the name of Booby would end up being shot, later dying in hospital.
Yep.
Booby was apparently the girlfriend of 600 founder Lil Boo, who also died in 2015.
Damn.
Now, these two areas had a pretty
That's crazy.
historic and serious beef, and Bite Down from 600 would brutally mock her death on Twitter. People on Reddit would speculate on the circumstances surrounding her death, suggesting that she had indeed been killed by 800 members in the crossfire of that shootout. Fast forward to 2018, and 800 were into it with pretty much all of the blocks surrounding them. Even their alliance with 051 Young Money would collapse after 051 linked up with TYMB, ending the alliance between 800 and Young Money. 800 would have the largest grudge against one gang in particular, MOB. Pyro was clearly beloved by his hood, even being memorialized in music. One example being Boss Move's Pyro-style series of songs, all surviving gang members constantly using the phrase on Pyro. So, 800 members would reportedly be looking for their revenge on rivals from MOB, with this grudge making the gang prime suspects in one of Chicago's most infamous shootings. On the 9th of October 2018...
Hey, that's my birthday! I remember this. I specifically remember this day. I was still living in the
rap
city.
name Dusky the Man, was murdered, allegedly, by 600 members. The following day, MOB members would retaliate, killing a 600 member by the name of Waldo.
Following day,
with intense
boy.
speculation on the Chiracology subreddit that this was indeed a revenge killing. MOB likely felt at this point that they had avenged their fallen brother. However, Dusky's funeral was set to be held on October the 22nd. And this is when that funeral would be tragically shot up by numerous people with automatic rifles, leaving 6 people shot, with one being the most serious.
People with
One of these men was
automatic
shot in the head,
rifles.
and this person turned out to be Wooski, an infamous gangster disciple from St. Lawrence and Eberhart Avenue. Many rumors would spread after the shooting, debating exactly who it was who could have been responsible, as Wooski, MOB, and the GDs from 63rd and St. Lawrence had a lot of enemies in Chicago. Many have theorized that the shooters were actually O-Block and or 600 members who would shoot up the funeral as revenge for Waldo, with King Von from O-Block himself dropping numerous songs referencing the funeral shooting, like the track Grandson for President, where he references the shooting of Wooski, rapping, "I've been killing stuff for too long, it's like
I'm like a veteran. Wooski got shot, now he taking medicine.
veteran, Wooski got shot, now he taking medicine, but anyway, GDK." Or on the song Back Again, where he raps that he might slide to funerals and shoot up everybody outside.
Shoot up everybody.
However,
that's
many believe
outside.
that it was actually 800 that might have been behind the funeral shooting. And much like O-Block's rappers, 800 members would leave many clues in their music relating to this shooting. 800 Fatz would rap in his song Do Some, "You know I'm gripping my toolie, run up on him, have him looking like Wooski, slide to the funeral, and shoot us a movie." And on the track Head Tap, Fatz would also rap, "Up the Glock, quick head tap, now he looking Wooski slow." However, Lil Fatz may not have been involved in the actual shooting, as police recordings from the day of the incident apparently labelled all the alleged shooters as having short dreads, and other 800 members could well match this description, as has been theorised on Reddit. But regardless, it seems 800 was celebrating the shooting that had happened, and shooting up this funeral is already an insane thing to do, but as dark and
That
violent
shit kind of regular though, gang. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, Chicago, there's some shit gonna happen in the funeral, gang. Like, that's why, like, me and a lot of people I know stop going to funerals, because we like, shit, what the hell we gonna keep going to this shit for? Like, the shit steady getting blicked up, gang. What that's at a point, it's just gonna be slow, you know? Like, me going to the funeral ain't gonna make it no better. It's a funeral. Like, bro ain't hit no more. What the hell I'm finna go out there for and risk my life? A lot of people start having private funerals and real small funerals and shit, like, or like, you know, funerals at the crib type, like just celebrating whatever, you know.
As 800's history is,
Come to
nobody
them
could have
funerals,
predicted.
They know. Think about it. It's crazy as it sound. I know all my ops finna be at this funeral because it's my ops funeral. So I know that they was all cool with him. I got all my ops in one spot right here, right now. They ain't caring about it being in no church. They ain't caring about it being a funeral and grandmas and grannies and uncles and little kids and nieces and nephews finna be in there. They don't care. They pulling up, like he said, they all had automatic rifles. They pulled up and row.
The rampage that 2 of their members
I'm
carried
just
out
saying,
in 2021, when in just one dark day, 4 people were shot, 3 people were killed, and the streets of Chicago were left terrified.
This was actually crazy though. Like, this was This is a
Lil
different
Twan,
type of
real name
crazy,
Antoine
stupid
Montgomery,
information.
is a known shooter from 800. But it's not just the Opps that should be afraid of Lil Twan, but the cops too. He's got a menacing tattoo reading CPDK, or Chicago Police Department Killer, on his left cheek. Something that Redditors think may well influence a judge when he ultimately ends up getting caught. There are multiple examples of Lil Twan showcasing his wild and violent behavior, such as in his Instagram live sessions, where he can be seen upping his gun and taunting his Opps from Taekwondo World, saying, "Come put that switch on me."
Hey, look, come put that switch on me. Look, they in the comments.
In the same live, he actually tells Lil Tay that he will be leaving where he is staying in downtown to go and kill him.
Look, on my DD, look, I'm Frank Williams, look, I'm DT right now.
So we ain't just go back out there.
I'm DT right now. Look, I'm DT right now.
So why is you talking to me, bro?
I'm Frank on my DD, so I'm finna come that way right now. On Tracy, so I'm finna come that way right now, like I'm gonna get up with you before.
But to make things worse, Lil Tay was also known for going live in enemies' turfs, showing guns and looking for Opps. His chilling
Crash
final
out.
live would be recorded on
Stupid
800
crash
blocks,
out.
and shortly after it ended, he would be gunned down.
Y'all better stop playing, man. Y'all better stop playing.
Now, Lil Twan from 800 is a terrifying gangster and known for sliding with another certified demon from 800 by the name of Lil Fatz. DeAndre Jennings, or Lil
These
Fatz,
niggas is
hails from
crazy.
the exact block 800 started on, 61st and Cottage Grove in Woodlawn.
Motherfuckers already been knowing me since I was a shorty type of shit. Like, my face before the rap, I don't even rap anymore.
Right. So that's how it kind of crowd. You think the popularity you had, it was easy to transition after YouTube. That's how people knew who you was so fast.
No, I can't say that because, like, this was already been in play. Like, motherfuckers already was telling me to rap, but I'm on some Lil Fatz don't want to rap type shit. I'm on that.
But it wasn't until the death of Pyro in 2016 that Fatz begun getting more brutal in the streets.
Just
Fatz would
everybody
reference how
gets slow.
Pyro's death affected him on his song Heating Up, rapping that when Pyro died, it had him tweaking. And on the track Head Tap, he raps, "Mention Pyro name, now he dead, better claim your bro." There are many examples of Fatz acting brash, crazy, and doing the unthinkable online, such as when Fatz approached Taekwondo World members all by himself, dissing Tuka and daring them to say F Pyro.
Say Pyro.
Come on, man, what's up?
Say Pyro.
He would then turn the camera and can be heard slapping D-Money. In a similar altercation, he approached members from THF in the courthouse and dissed their dead friends to their face, clearly trying to antagonize them. 051 Driller even shared the post, saying that he respects Fatz, even though their gangs have beef.
800 Fatz gang, no.
Look at the white girl.
Yeah.
And much like Lil Twan, Fatz appears to have zero respect for the Chicago Police Department, having even recorded himself driving off on the police while toting guns, with Redditors circulating pictures of him in police chases.
These niggas is crazy. Go. They
In fact,
crazy
Redditors
as
have even
hell.
speculated
And
on
a
Lil
girl,
Fatz
that's a girl
being
drive.
5X
Talking about
or
my
having
shit not
killed 5
going.
people, something that Fatz seemingly admits himself when he was on IG Live with Lil Don from Pocket Town.
But okay then. Don't ask me that. No, I'm talking about you and me knowing you what I do to people on Cabin Grade. What I do to people. No, what you did once before on Pyro. How many funerals that it's been on Pyro? Stop that. You better slow down, baby boy. Hey, Fazzo, you can't talk that talk with me, folks. You can't talk that talk with me, folks. We go toe to toe, folks. You better slow your roll, baby boy. Hey,
One of these bodies allegedly was 051 Montana's sister, a man who Fatz had even been pictured with.
These
Now,
niggas
it would
is
appear that
insane,
Lil Fatz has
gang.
no regard for broadcasting his criminality online, regularly showing off to the world what some people believe are actual murder weapons on his Instagram story. And Lil Fatz has been seen numerous times lurking in his Opps blocks, armed with high-powered weapons.
I'm here on the ill, man.
Fatz would even brag about robbing a diamond chain from a handicapped man and openly admitting to being a prolific chain snatcher on his song Smooth Style. Fatz is also known for going live purposely to share his location and seeing if his Opps pull up. In 2020, Fatz would get his first alleged body, a man named Curio from Murdertown. Murdertown, or MTG039, is located in the Wentworth homes from 39th and Princeton to 39th and Wentworth. On January the 2nd, Fatz and Lil Twin were actually set to have a meetup trading weapons with Murdertown members. Curio was present at the meetup and was said to have traded guns with Fatz. However, 800 would claim that he was acting weird during the trade. Fatz and Lil Twin would allegedly shoot Curio to death and steal his gun, with theories circulating on Reddit that Curio was in fact killed by Lil Twin and Fatz together, as well as other rumors that Curio had actually been Murdertown's top killer with 2 bodies on Welch World's biggest Opps 757 at the time of his murder. Fatz would even mention the murder in his song Main Slime, rapping, "Curry died, that back door open." After his death, 800 members would even post clips online rapping lyrics that appear to reference this incident.
This is we walking up on you and emptying clips where it's roof at. I'm smoking this curry, smoking good. I feel like I might go see high head. Niggas tough on the net today, homies get stressed. Now they trying to treat like he not dead. If it's something that's stuck, cause I say what.
And just 2 months after the murder, Fatz and 800 members would allegedly kill again in an almost identical situation. On the 10th of March 2020, members from 800 were planning to do a gun trade again, this time with a FaceWorld 069 member.
Like, what is wrong with these people? Why are y'all doing gun trades with people, gang? That's just not smart to me. I don't understand that.
The trade would go through as planned, but 800 still chose to kill Bando Hothead whilst he wasn't looking, shooting him in the head, groin, and back, leaving him dead at just 17 years old. And the shocking image of the aftermath of this killing was even posted to Reddit, with the police officer seeming to smile over Bando's corpse. But to make matters worse, 800 members would pose with Bando Hothead's
crazy
guns
ass
very
police
soon
officer
after
is smiling. He's sitting there smiling, looking at a dead black boy body, boy. It's wicked out here, gang. I'm telling you, this is real life though. Like, this is really Chicago. Like, on the guys, boy. I'm telling you, like, nigga.
Oops. But to make matters worse, 800 members would pose with Bando Hothead's guns very soon after the murder.
No, that's
and
insane.
800 members even showed off the weapon in a music video for Lil Twin's track
That's
800
insane,
Home.
gang.
G
I ain't
from
gonna lie.
800 would go even further, allegedly posing with Bando
Posing
Hothead's
with gun, taking off hot head after he was. Oh my
showing the
god.
blood stain still on it. Fatz himself
blood
would mention
stain
the
still
murder
on
in
it
his
is
music,
crazy.
like on the track Smooth Style, where he raps "Hothead in the air, I smell it." Off the back of these incidents, 800 have become infamous for turning on people. Redditors would even troll Fatz, jokingly asking if he wants to trade guns, with Fatz actually posting that, saying that everybody is too scared to trade guns with them now. Due to these murders, 800 now have a reputation for backdooring people or being snakes. The topic itself even becoming a running joke on Reddit, with people posting DMs that they got from people asking to trade guns with the word backdoor in their handle. It would seem that 800 were on a mission to cut ties and betray anyone, even the very few gang sets that were still cordial with them. And since Bando's murder, a war had started between 800 and 069 FaceWorld, with 069 members seen riding around 800's hood looking for targets.
Hey, you a snake? Somebody tell the 800 them I'm out here.
Fatz would continue moving wild in the streets until later in 2020, when 800 would take a huge loss yet again, with this one being the death of their greatest talent and biggest star.
Their biggest rapper.
On the 11th of October 2020, Boss Smooth, real name Jeremiah McCoy, was sitting in the passenger seat of a car. The car had pulled up to the Shell petrol station at the 8600 block of South State Street. This is an area that seems to be a shocking hotspot for gangland murders, as was also seen in 2023 with CCTV cameras capturing a similar shooting. But on this day, in 2020, a blue sedan would pull up next to Boss Smooth, opening fire, with the passengers of that car shooting him over 30 times with Draco machine guns. Boss Smooth would suffer multiple headshots, ultimately being pronounced dead.
Oh my god!
As mentioned before, Boss Smooth had released several songs and was easily the most talented and successful rapper from 800. However, his catalogue also included many disses at Opps and entire gangs, like his hugely disrespectful track 61 Dead Opps. However, Boss Smooth may well have made himself an even bigger target in 2020 when he dissed Curio, referencing the whole gun trade situation. Rapping in his track How I'm Coming remix, it's supposed to have been a trade for a trade, he acting weird, trying to play, he effed around and got played. Fatz can also be seen in that video, which had lyrics that stated, "You better not pull up on Lil Fatz, if you do come correct, one slip, you ain't coming back." Boss Smooth and Fatz were clearly very close, and in the aftermath of the murder, many rumours circulated as to who it was that might have killed Boss Smooth, with many people believing that it was either Murder Town or FaceWorld 069. During a live session with 800 Lil Twin and Casey Money from 069, it was revealed who might have actually been behind the murder, as Lil Twin would admit, after arguing with Casey Money, a rapper from 069, that it was actually Mix Mob.
What you think happened to Smooth, bro? You stupid, bro. Y'all ain't had nothing to do with that. Ain't no killing without killing, bro. On Pyro, y'all ain't had nothing to do with that. So y'all saying who the killed them then, bro? Who killed them then, bro? So you claiming who killed them then, bro? I ain't claiming, bro. I'm not shit to do with Smooth. Don't get on loud, man. Don't get on loud. Goofy, bro. Don't get on here flogging like y'all killed for Smooth on Pyro. Y'all ain't do shit to Smooth. Bro, I'm not trying to talk about no dead, no bodies, none of that, bro. It's all type of people watching. On Pyro, Mix Mob kill Smooth. On Diggy, you or Face ain't have to do with that. On Pyro,
Mix Mob members were even in the chat telling Casey Money to stop claiming the murder. Since his death, it was said that 800 Fatz went crazy in the streets trying to get back for Boss Smooth. He had even been pictured with Boss Smooth's son, showing just how strong their relationship must have been. But interestingly, setting aside his savage history and reputation, one of Lil Fatz's most shocking antics online may well have been his back and forth with an actual Redditor from r/Chiracology. This dispute saw both Fatz and the Redditor dropping their locations and trying to meet up for a shootout, posting everything for the whole world to see. A mysterious user appeared on Reddit with the handle More Slime Than Fatz, making a post on Chiracology calling out Fatz from 800, saying that if 800 Fatz posts his location, he will pull up and have a live shootout with him. Redditors would go on to question this user's authenticity, to which the user More Slime Than Fatz would double down, claiming that he is in Chicago and very serious about catching Fatz. Fatz himself would even catch wind of the post, sharing it to his own Instagram and asking what is wrong with these people. More Slime Than Fatz would then DM a popular Chiracology user on Instagram.
You do the same shit he talking about doing. You pull up on your Opps block with guns and waving them on live and say somebody come do something. You talking about what's wrong with
asking
you?
him to get in touch with Fatz directly and reaffirming that he would pull up to his live in person. He would claim that his beef with Fatz stems from Fatz stealing a gun from his younger cousin that belonged to him that he wants back. More Slime Than Fatz was also very familiar with Fatz's IG live antics, as he would often go live in enemy hoods attempting to draw out his ops to kill or humiliate them.
And I'm outside with my Glock on me, on Glock 21 on me, on cap grade out. And I'ma stay on the line and wait for y'all to come and all type of shit on, oh, we could do it. Be having all that secret ass smoking on mid grade, let me know something. On, oh, I'm right down the street, we could do it. We could do whatever on, oh. Anybody want the smoke, pull up on, oh. We could do it on Pyro.
After learning why More Slime Than Fatz was after him, the real Fatz actually chose to go live together with him.
What's up with it, boy? Hold on.
You mo.
Don't trip, hold on.
Are you more slime than me?
Hell yeah, where you at? I'm trying to pull up, shorty.
They would then agree on a meetup location, and Fatz tells the Reddit user to pull up on 82nd and Drexel.
But where you trying to meet at?
Man, we can meet on 82nd and Ingleside or go on 62nd and Kimbark. I'm pulling up right now, and it's merch.
With More Slime Than Fatz then confirming that he will go to the meetup, but that he is going to stay on live. Fatz then calls the Reddit user the police, refusing to link up. More Slime Than Fatz would then call the real Fatz scared before being kicked out of the live.
I said, you scared?
The pair would briefly go live again, with Fatz continuing to call More Slime Than Fatz the police, with the Reddit user replying, F the US Marshals, showing off a Draco.
I'm saying, US Marshals, see, let's do it.
This live itself would be shared to the Chiracology subreddit, with commenters being worried that someone might be about to end up dead off the back of a Reddit post. Shortly after, 800 Fatz then has a change of heart, going back on live. He would patrol the area where the two had agreed to meet up, strapped with a number of guns, seemingly ready to catch this Reddit user.
I forgot about
crazy
that.
and intimidating ordeal would play out for the world, other commenters on Reddit would be in disbelief. And to the surprise of everybody, More Slime Than Fatz actually confirmed in the comments that he in fact pulled up, with a link to a new post showing the exact same view that 800 Fatz recorded on his live, with this post leaving Redditors in disbelief once again, as commenters would say that they couldn't believe they were about to witness a drill live. More Slime Than Fatz would then post even more footage of him driving around the agreed area, allegedly just 45 minutes after Fatz himself had gone live there, and in the video you can see that More Slime Than Fatz actually covers the exact route that 800 Fatz did in his live. This is a crazy move considering the fact that 800 Fatz is a certified killer. Then, a tweet by a Chicago Twitter page that shares reports from a police scanner would report that 19 shots had been fired in the area, with the report being just 0.4 miles away from 82nd and Drexel, where Fatz and More Slime had actually agreed to meet and have their shootout. This was posted to the subreddit to the shock of all the Redditors who were following along like some kind of live twisted reality show, with commenters in disbelief again that Reddit had seemingly baited a real-life Chicago savage into a real-life shooting. However, another Redditor would make a post debunking the speculation and confirming that this shooting may well have been just coincidental, with More Slime Than Fatz.
I ain't gonna lie, it do be cracking like that in Chicago though. It could have very well been coincidental.
Confirmed that it wasn't them shooting in the comments. But some suspect that the shooting may well really have been them, and that they're just denying it on Reddit to stay out of trouble. But regardless, this is one of the craziest sagas from the Chiracology subreddit in history, where a real Chirac savage was drawn out by an internet troll looking for clout into a possible shootout scenario in front of the whole world to see. But anyway, now that you know 800 Fatz's body of work, it's pretty clear to see why he has become an extreme example of a crazy Chicago killer. And just months after the More Than Slime Fatz ordeal, Lil Twan and Fatz would end up getting into a serious real-life situation, ultimately catching one of the most infamous and violent cases that I have ever seen from a Chicago rapper.
And the fact that these are Chicago rappers is insane.
On November the 15th, 2021, 800 members Lil Fatz and Lil Twan attempted a GTA-style heist on an armored truck, something that has apparently become commonplace in Chicago over the recent years. These two allegedly carried out the robbery with two members from Newski Gang 079, Dewey 4, an alleged cousin of Fatz, and another member called Spook. At 9 AM, Lil Fatz and Lil Twan would meet up at a home in the 8700 block of South Saginaw to plan out the attack. They allegedly had said that they had a lick lined up to hit an ATM and they would be getting a lot of cash. At 10:30, they grouped with the 079 members and travelled to the Bank of America on 250 West 83rd Street. Here, they would witness a Garda armoured truck arriving to the bank, with LaShonda Harts and two male colleagues emptying ATM containers and refilling them with around $50,000 to $80,000 cash. Police would later confirm that Antoine Davis, aka Lil Twan,
So $80,000, but it's for y'all. So everybody finna get 20 racks. And you gon'
jump out, attempting to grab the container, ensuing a struggle. Montgomery Jennings, aka Lil Fatz, and one of the 079 members would then exit their stolen vehicle and begin to shoot at the guards. LaShonda Harts would suffer 3 gunshot wounds, later dying of her injuries.
That's crazy.
And in a tragic turn of events, it would turn out that LaShonda Harts was actually new to this job, and she had clearly been excited to be starting this role, as messages to a friend from September the 25th, 2021 were later released, where LaShonda explains just how much she was looking forward to working in a new job as an armored guard, and thanking God for her blessings. Only 68 days after starting the job, the heist would take place, killing her at work. The other victim was shot once in the stomach and taken into hospital, initially in critical condition, but thankfully surviving. Police and prosecutors said that the robbery crew were actually unable to get the cash container from the guards during the attack, and they would flee the scene in a stolen Lincoln.
Y'all didn't even get
Ultimately,
the cash?
they failed the robbery in every way possible, and the bank surveillance cameras would catch the attack and what the men were wearing. Shortly after, a witness was parked behind an SUV when he saw the stolen Lincoln pull up alongside the SUV. Lil Fatz and Lil Twan got out of the Lincoln and entered the SUV, driving away. 30 minutes later, Lil Fatz and Lil Twan were seen on another CCTV camera entering a strip mall on the 6700 block of South Stony Island, just a 12-minute drive away from the bank. Here, they would rob the Boost mobile store, getting away with just a bag of mobile phones. Court documents would then show that Lil Fatz and Lil Twan regrouped with the two 079 members at around 11:30 AM at the original location where they planned the attack on South Saginaw. One witness claims to have heard gunshots, followed by an Infiniti SUV crashing into a tree. Lil Fatz and Lil Twan would then run into a nearby home, and whilst inside the home, prosecutors said that a witness would see the pair and other individuals passing around a duffel bag containing a rifle as they talked about hiding their guns. Lil Fatz would later tell one of the people inside the home to call the police and tell them that somebody had been shot and killed in a car outside the house. This was all because 800 members had actually turned on the 079 members, shooting them dead in the SUV outside.
That's insane.
Dewey was even allegedly Fatz's cousin and had plugged his music publicly on Instagram before, eerily calling his cousin Snakenet. Continuing his streak of backdooring people who thought they could trust 800, this time Fatz had taken it further, snaking his own cousin and killing him. Shortly after this, a SWAT team was called into the area, where very quickly the pair were then arrested and charged with murder, attempted murder, and armed robbery. Investigators would find the bag of mobile phones inside the crashed vehicle, and inside the home were 5 guns, clothing, shoes, and a mask, all matching witness descriptions of the robbers who stuck up the armored truck. The guns were also covered in gunpowder residue and matched the shell casings found at the scene of the robbery. This was a wild incident and would make the news once the media... To conclude, when it's all said and done, both Lil Fatz and Lil Twan killed 3 people and seriously injured another guard, whilst likely traumatizing anybody that they bumped into along their rampage, all to achieve nothing. They left the bank empty-handed, and the phones they stole were left inside the crashed car. Both chose to crash out and will now likely spend the rest of their lives behind bars due to this failed robbery. But to make things even worse, they chose to turn on their accomplices for seemingly no reason. 2 men who they chose to bring along to the job, with this being made...
No, fuck it up. Oh, thank you, my baby. We leaving at 1? 1:15. Okay. Thank you, baby. Love you. Make sure you eat something.
I know. I'm eating one of them.
Okay. Why no? It over in the crate?
No, they both out. They just can't get up there.
Oh.
Even more tragic when you consider the fact that Dewey 4 was just finding his feet in music and making serious waves as a drill rapper. His most popular song would even exceed 1 million views, being released after his death.
So
in the video, Dewey is memorialized in the most suitable Chicago drill style there is, as a cardboard cutout surrounded by masked men with pistols and extended magazines. By choosing to embark on that robbery, Lil Fatz and Lil Twan essentially ruined the lives of everyone involved and murdered an innocent woman just doing her job. And if November the 15th wasn't bad enough, the fallout following their arrest would be as explosive as the incident itself.
Imagine rapping and dissing your ops and doing all this shit for clout just to be still broke as hell. You getting all these views on YouTube. You too slow to even put the shit on your page to even get money from the shit. You so broke that you killing people for 20 racks that you didn't even get because you didn't even take the money. Y'all slow.
Despite being a villain in the streets and a hardened Chicago gangster, in the end Lil Fatz would cooperate on the murder of LaShonda Hartz, claiming that Spook was the man that killed her. Fatz has been criticized by many due to him cooperating despite allegedly being a hardened killer and self-proclaimed snake. Even though Spook is now dead, Fatz, who is considered one of the craziest known members, is cooperating with the police and violating the so-called street code. Lil Twan, his accomplice, has even labeled him a rat from his Instagram page, as have 800's Opps from Taekwon World, labeling Fatz as a snitch, a snake, and a killer all in one. Fatz telling on Spook is likely an attempt at an alibi to dodge himself being held responsible for the murder charge of LaShonda Hartz. However, the two murders of Dewey 4 and Spook, as well as the armed robberies themselves, are all backed up by a mountain of evidence. With all of this meaning, it's pretty unlikely that Fatz can beat
I'm finna say, and don't you still got a whole nother body lingering over your head? You got a whole nother case, bro. You still killed these other niggas. After you agreed to, come on, bro, you're not getting out of jail, bro.
By a mountain of evidence. With all of this meaning, it's pretty unlikely that Fatz can beat these charges, whether he's informing or not.
Right.
800 Lil Twan actually took to his Instagram story 2 weeks ago, strangely claiming that the feds dropped his case as there's not enough evidence.
Yeah, okay.
However, this is pretty hard to believe considering how much evidence was showcased just on that news report alone. Meanwhile, Big Mike from 800 chimed in, labeling both Lil Twan and Fatz as rats, and claiming that both of them are no longer in the gang 800. Whilst awaiting his trial, 800 Lil Fatz has had his fair share of altercations in jail, with one even being seen in prison guard body cam footage where Lil Fatz is released into his cell, where he then jumps at his cellmate, attacking him, then elbowing another prison guard in the nose.
Just doing stupid shit. Crash out. Like, who wanna live like that, gang? All day, we just fighting. Shooting. Killing.
Hey, man, watch yourself. Watch yourself. What are you doing? Watch yourself.
Handcuff. Like, you not doing nothing. You not getting nowhere. You not doing nothing, gang. What are you doing?
I'm not. Just try to elbow one of my officers, man. Relax. He got me on my nose.
Relax. I hit my wrist, man.
Relax. We're not even applying pressure. Relax.
Look, man, my left wrist, man, on my son, man. I can't feel it. I'm not resisting, man. On my son, I can't feel my hand. My hand is burning.
What?
You got control of your wrist. We're escorting you. Like I said, you became combative. You struck one of my officers. I need you to relax. All right?
Look, man, I saw walk slowly, man.
We are walking slow, sir, and we're taking the elevator. You're not even taking the stairs, so relax.
You gotta say that file?
Hold it and roll one time, go pound 5.
This shit is stupid. I don't know why niggas think this is cool. Or like, I don't know what niggas
May
think.
4th, it's 2:05 a.m. at the detainee.
Yeah.
First name?
DeAndre.
ID number?
202-111-8091.
So you attacked the guy in the cell?
Yeah.
Why?
Because we was into it. That's why I took off running when they let me out the handcuffs.
Detainee was cleared medically by Nurse Lorenz. Detainee is awaiting new housing.
Then his dumb ass snitched on himself.
I need medical attention.
It's been reported by popular Instagram page Squid Ape that Lil Fatz was beaten up in jail by one of the family members of the victims killed in the robbery. Lil Twan would also share that he was attacked by Opps in the jail too, with Fatz replying saying that he was paid $150 to say this, as well as other posts circulating.
And the fact that this nigga on Instagram, probably from a phone in jail, still like, boy, y'all
Fatz replying saying that he was paid $150 to say this, as well as other posts circulating appearing to claim that Fatz was beaten up in jail himself. Unfortunately, it may be years before we find out what punishment, if any, will be dished out for this heinous heist turned murder spree. The only thing that is certain is that 3 lives were lost that day, and if the feds can prove it, Fatz and Twan will likely spend the rest of their lives behind a prison door, leaving behind their families and their loved ones. It just goes to show you that, as usual, the streets are a dead end. Whether it's gangbanging or robbing, these kinds of activities can only lead to a grave or prison.
I don't understand why people want to do this shit so bad, bro. It's weird.